Devil fans, it's time for another edition of Clinton Football with Coach Andrew Webb, and it is playoff time. Red Devils 5-5 on the year, third in Region 3. Travel to Chester this week to take on the Chester Cyclones 8-2 in the first round of the State 3A State Football Playoffs. And Coach, it's playoff time.
Yeah, this is an exciting time, man. High school football playoffs, there's nothing better. You win, you keep playing, you lose, you go home. And, this is a fantastic opportunity for our guys. Our guys are real excited. They're back in the playoffs, and, feel like we got an opportunity to go. And, if we can take care of the things we're supposed to take care of, we got an opportunity to go win a football game. So we don't feel like we're going into a football game as a huge underdog. We just got to go compete. And it should be a fantastic football game on Friday night.
Compete we will. The boys play so hard. The coaches coach hard. You work so hard. And you've had 2 weeks. And really, this is going to be only our second game in 4 weeks. Kind of unusual, but 2 weeks to prepare for this Chester team.
Yeah, our guys have handled these bye weeks well. These bye weeks have been real weird, especially at the end of the year. But we got better in that bye week between Broome and Woodruff, and we got better last week in our bye week. And, we've continued to prepare for Chester. And, at this point in time, man, you got 2 weeks to prepare for opponent. We feel like we've really taking advantage of our time to prepare. So, we need to finish out a good week, and we're real excited about the things that, our guys have the opportunity to go do on Friday.
The Chester Cyclones, they're 8-2 on the year, finished second in their region, and Fairfield Central won that region. And Chester has a very athletic offense led by the quarterback, Malik Williams. Just talk about, if you will, Coach, defensively, what we got to do.
Yeah, Chester runs a spread offense, and they're as talented on offense as anybody we've seen. Their quarterback he's unreal. He's an unreal football player. He's a good kid, smart kid. I know Coach Victor Floyd thinks real highly of him in the times I've talked to him about him. But he makes their offense go with his legs, with his arm, and there's no bones about it. I mean, we're going to have to do our best to contain him for us to be successful, and that's anybody who plays Chester all year. So that's no secret. We got to go play and do our best to contain Malik Williams. But we got to limit their big plays. Anything that they get, we got to do our best to try to make them earn it. And, they're a really good football team, and we got our hands full on defense for sure.
The Red Devil offense, we saw the wishbone last week. We have ran our traditional wide receiver set, but what do we have to do this week against Chester? Look at it from the Red Devil offensive perspective. You say every week, and I hear coaches say we got to protect the ball, cannot turn the ball over. But tell you what, the Red Devil offense has shown flashes of just getting going with big play capability ourselves. Just look on that side of the ball.
Yeah, we got to take care of the football. That's the most important thing. But Chester's a team on defense. They're only giving up 16 points a game, so they fly to the football. They're very athletic. They have a defensive back, Quay Harden, leads the state in interceptions. He's as good at going and getting football as anybody I've seen on film. And we're gonna have to just make first downs, control the ball, and we get opportunities to score. We got to score, but whatever we got to do to be successful on offense, we'll do. But it's playoff football, and we have our hands full. We're going to continue to have our hands full if we're fortunate enough to keep playing. But that's what the playoffs are all about. We got to go play our best, and taking care of the football is going to be a big part of that.
Playoffs, we win, we move on, kind of develop a road warrior mentality. Maybe it's a possibility we can play away from Wilder Stadium as we win, and hope we do win. But just playoff football, this is what it's all about. This is what we look for our Red Devils, to be in this position. We know in our past there's been times we've been in a position just like we're in now. We all know how that turned out in 2009. I think it's most important, Coach, that our boys believe, and they do. I'm around the kids a lot over here with you and Coach McCarthy and Coach Walford, but these kids just love to compete, and they're looking forward to getting started in this playoffs.
Yeah, we really stressed to them from day one, we got to compete to be successful. And, there's times where we really push the line of are we being too competitive, or, just kind of, hey, settle down, just keep playing. But as far as being competitive, man, these guys will go compete. We know that we're going to get their best on Friday, but, winning playoff football games, you can't just compete. You got to compete well, and play well. So, real exciting time Red Devil fans, Red Devil community, this football team. If we got to go on the road to do it, then hey, it is what it is. But we're really excited about going to Chester on Friday, and we hope we take a big crowd with us.
Speaking of that crowd, we calling you, our Red Devil fans, make that trip down Highway 72 to Chester, kind of going up north, and that's a traditional opponent. We have all the things that's changed this year. Isn't it ironic that our first round opponent is a team that used to be in our region? So going over Chester is nothing that we're not used to. We need to make that trip, get that big Red Devil contingent, because the boys really feed off that crowd of Red Devil fans.
Yeah, our crowd's been really good, man, just throughout the year, and we feel like there's been times where we've done our part. If that, you know what I mean, our kids are doing their part. We're getting better. We're trying to get Clinton football back to where it's expected to be at, and I've said this before. You can't have Clinton football going back to where it's at without a good football team, and you can't get it there without a big fan base. So, our success goes hand in hand. We need you on Friday, and we expect a big turnout, loud crowd, and should be a fun Friday night.
Calling all Red Devil fans, let's make the trip to Chester this Friday night. It's the Devils in the playoffs, first round of the state 3A football playoffs. We'll take on the Chester Cyclones. For Coach Andrew Webb, from Miss Melanie Watson, I'm Buddy Bridges saying this has been another edition of Clinton Football with Coach Andrew Webb.